4.4 million YouTube views later, and 9-year-old Oliver Wahlstrom was a household name. Now age 13, Wahlstrom is a 7th grader playing on the varsity for North Yarmouth Academy.
You know, he's a player that doesn't come along very often, and for a coach, it's fun to watch him, fun to work with him. He's a good kid. He comes and works hard every day.
But don't worry, Ollie, as his teammates call him, hasn't lost those saucy mitts.
He's got a ton of moves in his arsenal, and it's just awesome to watch him skate and dangle people all over the place.
But he's become so much more than that. I guess you have to be when you're playing against kids who are 5 years older.
The way he handles himself and the way he works, his work ethic, it's well beyond his years.
If you're thinking to yourself, sure, he's on the varsity as a 7th grader, but how much ice time does he really get? Well, the answer is a lot. Oliver Wahlstrom is on the Panthers' top line as well as their #1 power play.
The boys are unreal. It's a great spot for me. It's fun. They push me hard. They're bigger, stronger, and they can teach me how to play up in the bigger leagues.
Which you'll need, because in January, Wahlstrom became the youngest player to ever commit to an NCAA college hockey program. And there was never a doubt where he was headed.
I'm not really a city guy. I mean, BCBU, great schools, I know that, great hockey, but I'm just not really a city guy.
So he chose Maine, just like his dad, but not until 2019. So for now, Wahlstrom's happy being a freshman at North Yarmouth, the youngest on the team by far, but respected just the same.
We make him get the balls, we make him do all the stuff freshmen do, so there's no, it's the way it is from top to bottom, and he's a great player, but he earns his place like everybody else does.
It's been 4 years since I first met Oliver Wahlstrom. In that time, he's transformed himself from a 13-year-old on the varsity team to a top prospect preparing for the NHL draft. But he still looks back fondly on his time at North Yarmouth.
I was a little 7th grader, and they held me back a little bit for some games because they didn't know oh, it's a big team we're playing against. But I was ready to go with them, and when they put me in the lineup with the varsity team, I played well, I dominated, I had a lot of fun. So North Yarmouth Academy was a good starting point for me.
But North Yarmouth was only the beginning of Oliver's hockey journey.
North Yarmouth Academy helped me develop who I am, and then I decided, hey, I kind of want to push myself and leave home. So I left home at age 14 to go to Shattuck St. Mary's, and my first year we were wondering, how am I going to do being away from home, and I loved it.
After 2 great years at Shattuck St. Mary's, Wahlstrom joined the United States National Team Development Program.
Oliver Wahlstrom in tight, jams it on goal, score! Oliver Wahlstrom, what a fine individual play.
He's now looking at the next step in his hockey career, playing in college, but not the one you might think.
Obviously, Maine was cool. I was a stick boy there. My whole family grew up playing for the University of Black Bears. It was a no-brainer when they asked me, and it was an early decision. We all know that, but as soon as I got better at hockey and I started carrying myself more, I decided, hey, I might want to find something, else. Might find another school, and I did commit to Harvard, and I was 100%. I was pumped. Just couldn't get through admissions. That's all. It's reality. It happens. And then I picked BC just because it's awesome, great school. Jerry York has a lot of experience of developing NHL caliber players and also winning NCAA championships.
While Oliver has learned that the future doesn't always play out the way you think it will, his goal and focus hasn't changed as the draft approaches.
Yeah, obviously I want to be the best. That's how I was raised. That's who I am. I want to be the best I can be, and wherever I'm drafted, I'll be very happy. I just looked at what I have to do after the draft to get there. That's the most important thing I'm thinking about.